Hello everyone, welcome back to the economic survey analysis, and today in this short video we are going to discuss the next chapter of economic survey, that is chapter number 9, that is the agriculture and food management sector. And so they talked about the sector of future of India, right? Because agriculture, as you know, is the main occupation in terms of employment for the people, and mostly it's a rural economy related topic, right? And so both UPSC and APSC, we regularly find questions coming from agriculture. Either they are related to the schemes of agriculture, a topic like MSP, a topic like what we can say statistical data, crops, cropping pattern. So agriculture is a topic for both prelims and mains. Now this year economic survey has some 28 pages on agriculture. Okay, so वहां से जो important लगा है exam point of view में, those things I try to put together, and today we are going to analyze the same topic, that is the agriculture. So now what is the first important thing that the economic survey highlights about agriculture? The agriculture contribution. What is the contribution of agriculture to India ka GDP? That is the point. Okay, and this kind of a question came in APSC prelims. If you have my textbook, you can check the national income chapter. In the national income chapter, I have given the previous year MCQ. There is the question, what is the contribution of agriculture to GDP, right? So if you look at the economic survey, agricultural sector approximately, they are not saying that this is the exact one, approximately it is contributing 16% to our GDP, that is for the financial year 2024, right? But this is a provisional estimate, you know, the PE, it means provisional estimate, but still just roughly you can, exam point of view, keep in mind that what is the contribution of agriculture to our GDP according to economic survey, it is roughly about 16%, right? Now according to the same economic survey, agriculture also supports India ka rural population mostly, and 46% of the population in India still depends on agriculture for survival. Okay, so these are the two basic statistics to start with about agriculture in the economic survey. Now if you look at the trend of the contribution of the various sectors to GDP, ये तो मैंने आपको क्लास में भी एक्सप्लेन किया था, फिर भी और एक बार देखिए. नाउ ये जो कलर है, दिस इज द एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन. सो इफ यू सी 1950s में एग्रीकल्चर का कंट्रीब्यूशन वाज मोर देन 50%. ओके, सो रफली यू कैन से अबाउट 55% ऑफ इंडिया का जीडीपी केम फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर, राइट? नाउ व्हाट यू सी, by 2010 already it is going below 20, right? It is going below 20, and 2024 the government is saying it is coming to about 16% of GDP. So now what is the trend of agriculture? Is it rising or falling? So agriculture basically shows a declining trend in terms of contribution to GDP. But is it good or it is bad? सो टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग इट इज गुड, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे कुछ कंट्री का, देश का डेवलपमेंट होता है तो क्या होता है, द शेयर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर गोज ऑन रिड्यूसिंग, एंड दैट इज द सेम थिंग दैट इज हैपनिंग इन इंडिया, इन आवर इंडियन इकोनॉमी. देयरफॉर द शेयर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इज गोइंग डाउन, एंड दिस इज परफेक्टली ऑल राइट. ओके, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद द इकोनॉमी. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट हियर, the agricultural sector in India also has shown robust growth according to economic survey. Why? Because in the last few years, if you see 2017 to 2023, agricultural ka average growth has been 5%. That means what? It is not very low. Okay, it has been suppose 2 or 3, then that would have been a serious concern. But here, though the productivity is low, but still the growth rate is somewhere around 5%. That is from 2017 to 2023. Okay, this kind of a statement based question आपको एग्जाम में आ सकता है. So basically just keep that in mind. In the last say 5-6 year, what is the contribution of agriculture? It is roughly averaging about 5%. Okay. Now therefore if you see agriculture sector ka steady performance, also they have given a diagram like this. This is 2022-23. So if you see agricultural sector in different quarter, it performed differently. Okay, but then finally what happened, we normally take the average. 2023-24 also the performance, here it is okay, but here it is much less growth wise. Whereas 2024 only we have a 2 quarter, the first half the agriculture performance is reasonably good. So the government is trying to say that agriculture ka performance, therefore in the last 5 year if you take an average, it is about 5%, though therefore they are saying it is not that bad. Okay. Now some of the things highlighted by this year ka economic survey, one interesting thing that I found is about the grape cultivation in India. Okay, so what does the economic survey say? It talks about generally horticulture, and economic survey bolta hai that horticulture in India is what we can say becoming profitable also. Why? Because we are exporting fruits from India. In that context, economic survey mostly talked about one particular fruit variety, that is what we call the grapes. So now if you look at the data, what the economic survey says that the year 2023-24 India has exported what we can say a lot of grapes, that is about 3,460 crore worth grapes have been exported from India. That means cultivating fruits is profitable, and especially they have mentioned about grapes cultivation, how it has benefited. So in this context, the government also mentioned a lot about the grape cultivation and which states are cultivating grape. That is the important and interesting fact. So if you look at here, which are the states in India where we have agriculture ka what we can say grape cultivation ka popular states, the top state is Maharashtra, where maximum agriculture, the grapes are cultivated, followed by Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and from northeast point of view we can say Mizoram. So exam point of view, I am saying if you are talking about GS paper 5, you can think about this one. In the northeast, which state is producing maximum grapes? That answer will be Mizoram. This is given in economic survey, so just keep it in mind. Okay, so now according to economic survey, which state of India leading in grape ka production? That is the state of Maharashtra. Okay, that is 67% of the total output comes from Maharashtra, that is in 2023-24. And within Maharashtra, where is the maximum grapes coming from? It comes from Nashik. Okay, so that is the area where they grow, cultivate lot of grapes. Okay, now coming to classification of crops, this economic survey talked about only one category group of crops, that is the Kharif season ka crop. There is no discussion about Zaid and Rabi crops much. There is only a discussion devoted to Kharif crop with statistical data also. We will discuss now. Now what is the, if you look at the agriculture chapter also, I told you crops in India we divide it into 3 seasons. Kharif crop, that is what we call the rainy season, monsoon season. Then we have a Rabi crop, that is in the winter season. Okay, now between that we have a what we can say Zaid crop, which are grown in summer season. Okay, that like a cucumber and all, like watermelon, muskmelon, that's the Zaid crop. Now major crops are our Kharif crop and Rabi crops, right? Now the season for Kharif crop, normally we start sowing in June, July and harvested in September, October, around that time, right? So if you look at the Kharif crop, just to give you a basic idea, The Kharif crops are what we can say monsoon crops, okay, because they are sown that time but harvested somewhere in September and October. India may, which are the major Kharif crop? You know, we're talking about India, not Assam. So we have a paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, tur, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, soybean. These are what we can say the major Kharif crops. From exam point of view आपको ये थोड़ा सा याद रखना पड़ेगा which are the Kharif crop. ये क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है. So now if you look at the economic survey, the economic survey is talking about the production of Kharif crops in the last 2 years, that is 2023-24 and 2024-25 comparison. So if you look at the major Kharif crop, which is the most cultivated in the Kharif season, is the rice crop. And then also you find this one, maize has been cultivated quite a bit. And after that, third important one is the soya bean, which has been mostly cultivated in the last 2 years. So this is according to economic survey. So number one top crop, Kharif crop is rice. Number two, as you see here, will be maize. And then we have a soya bean. Soya bean is also mostly cultivated in Maharashtra and all for the extraction of oil, like soya bean oil is also very much used in that. Okay, so these are some Kharif crops which are mostly grown according to economic survey ka analysis given here. The next topic which the economic survey has discussed is about the problem of irrigation, where it is in India, if you see, most part of our country depends on the rain, monsoon. That means when monsoon season comes, rain comes, water gets, that's when people start cultivating. And if the rain is not on time, off season, then there is a problem. So what is the basic issue? Our issue is the lack of water facility. That means irrigation facility is not there. Okay, so if you see, the climate change all over the world and also in India, according to economic survey, the climate change is creating also a problem for us. Okay, this is becoming an issue. Why? Because the weather is keep on changing and variation. As a result, what happened? We are talking about mainly this thing. The frequency of what we call dry spell. That means what? No rain. It's mostly dry, what we call drought in the country. Now this kind of a drought is increasing almost to 27%. It is more now. That is from 1981 to 2011 compared to 1950s to 80. If you compare 1950s to 80 with 80s to 2011, in this period after 80, okay, economic survey says that the drought like a dry season has increased. How much? 27% it has increased. Okay, so that is the one important point the economic survey tries to analyze and tell. So as a result, what is happening? We are facing this type of a dry ground without water, so where we are finding it difficult to cultivate. So what is the solution? You know that Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana was announced by the same government to provide irrigation facility. We had that Har Khet Ko Pani, right? Now the same thing economic survey has talked about it. So if you look at the chart that they have given, there is a increase in what we call, the economic survey says, there is a increase in gross irrigated area. It has been increasing. So here they have given it in percentage. Okay, so if you compare with 2011 where it is below 50, okay, so now if you draw a line, okay, by 2021-22 irrigation has increased. There's a considerable increase in irrigation scenario. So now the irrigation potential of the gross cropped area has been increasing in India. That is what economic survey is trying to analyze. Basically, it is because of the impact of the scheme. Remember the scheme, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana असम में भी ये स्कीम इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाता है. Okay, so now when we talk about irrigation, very interesting data statistics is also given by economic survey. In which state of India we have a maximum irrigation potential which is irrigated? That is Punjab. 98% of what we call it as the gross cropped area as a irrigation Punjab में. Haryana 94, Uttar Pradesh 84, Telangana 86. But contrast with that, they said the least irrigated state is Jharkhand, and also Assam comes under the less irrigated coverage area, that is below 20% of their gross crop area. So there is a significant thing, and specifically Assam state name is also mentioned here. So therefore I also kept this particular part. But however, in the least irrigated, Assam will not be the name will be Jharkhand. Jharkhand is the least irrigated. So for exam point of view, the most irrigated is the Punjab and the least irrigated is the Jharkhand state. Okay, so this is some analysis which the economic survey has given about 3-4 pages. So I thought I just made a summary of what is the main idea about irrigation. Because if you see, APSC का mains exam में irrigation itself as a topic has come in the mains exam in the past. So just keep that in mind. Some statistical things which are given here, which can be used also for your preparation, or you can read the economic survey and try to get this idea clear. No, the irrigation problem, how government is implementing scheme, what is the irrigation, whether it is increased or not. Like if you have basic information, answer writing for mains becomes very easy. The next topic which the economic survey has analyzed is the, what we can say, agriculture credit. When we talk about agriculture credit, we are basically talking about what we call loans to agriculture. One of the problems faced by agriculture was the lack or shortage of loan facility. That is also one of the reason why in 1969 government nationalized 14 major banks, and 1980 they also nationalized 6 more banks. Like what was the reason? One of the reason is lack of loans to agriculture, right? Now in this context, if you see, to provide loan to agriculture and farmers etc., the government, what we can say, launched this one called Kisan Credit Card, the KCC. Basically, keep in mind, it provides short term, it doesn't provide a long term, it provides short term working capital. What do you mean by working capital? You take the loan to do the work, the business. Okay, maybe purchasing fertilizer, seeds, tractor car, rent, this, that, whatever. The working capital is the money that you use for doing that, starting the business, not the investment for construction of building, but this is for doing the regular activity of production. Okay, like seed purchase, fertilizer purchase, etc. Now for farmers, this is very important because they want to cultivate something, immediately they have to purchase the seed, so they need a quick loan. Okay, therefore it is a short term. They take, they purchase, they cultivate, once the harvesting is done, they start repaying the loan. You know, that is the idea of this short term loan. Okay, now for this government has introduced Kisan Credit Card. Now if you read further, somehow important information I share here. To cover the another sector called fishery and also animal husbandry. So I put these two images so that easy to remember. Okay, fishery sector and animal husbandry sector, ये दोनों sector को Kisan Credit Card was extended in which year? 2018-19. So in 2018-19, the government extended the Kisan Credit Card scheme to cover which groups? Fishery and animal husbandry. And also they are providing them what we call collateral free. What do you mean by collateral free? You don't have to submit any mortgage while taking the loan. That is called collateral free loan. That limit has been increased to 1.6 lakh. Okay, so that is the information which is given in economic survey. In this context, I want to add one extra point from the budget. Okay, already budget we discussed, but I am just bringing this one more idea into the same context of Kisan Credit Card, because economic survey it is not there, but it is relevant in the same topic of KCC. Now, what is the budget trying to say? So, if you look at the budget 2025-26, the budget said the government has increased what we can say the loan limit from the earlier 3 lakh, now it has been increased to 5 lakh under the same thing what we call Kisan Credit Card. That means what? If अगर किसी फार्मर को अभी किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड से लोन लेना है, earlier it was only 3 lakh they could take, now they can take loan up to 5 lakh and the interest on the loan is only 7%. Okay, so the interest on the loan is only 7%, and if the farmers repay the loan on time, अगर फार्मर ने उस लोन को समय पे रिपे कर दिया, then they get another 3% what we can say interest subsidy. So technically speaking, they have to pay finally 7% is the interest, you minus 3, finally they have to pay only 4% interest. So that is the interesting thing under the Kisan Credit Card, what we call this scheme, modified interest subvention scheme. Okay, so remember this kind of scheme एग्जाम में पूछा जा सकता है, क्योंकि इस बार बजट में they increase the limit to 5 lakh under the same scheme, that is a modified credit scheme through agriculture. So this is something important to keep in mind, therefore I wanted to share that. In the same thing, Kisan Credit Card scheme, now government has launched an app. That is 2023 they launched this app. What is the name of this app? It is called Kisan Rin Portal. Now what is this Kisan Rin Portal? Earlier the interest subvention of this, that means farmer can get subsidy, and if they pay on time they get more subsidy, but banks have to claim this subsidy. For that what happened, वो लोग क्या करते थे, मैन्युअली क्लेम करते थे हर फार्मर का फॉर्म से. अभी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया, एक पोर्टल लॉन्च किया, ऐप लॉन्च किया, इसके द्वारा नाउ द होल प्रोसेस हैज बिकम डिजिटल. सो नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डिजिटल व्हाट हैपन, देयर इज नो मोर डिले एंड देयर इज नो मोर इनएफिशिएंसी. अर्लियर व्हाट हैपन, दे यूज्ड टू submit this to RBI and NABARD manually. Now there is no manual, it is all digital. So farmers no delay in getting their subsidy whatever, so that they can clear their loan and finish it up. So this is the new what we can say portal launched by government. This is mentioned in the economic survey. So keep the name of this portal in your mind, Kisan Rin, RIN, Kisan Rin portal. ये एग्जाम में आने का chances भी है. ठीक है. The next one which was quite popular, very much talked about, it is the Modi government का scheme. It is called Namo Drone Didi scheme, Narendra Modi Drone Didi scheme. Now this economic survey also mentioned some details about this scheme, so I thought I will share that with you. Now this ये जो drones है, गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला, ये ड्रोन फैसिलिटी विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू विमेन का सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स. बेसिकली दिस ड्रोन फैसिलिटी विल बी गिवन टू विमेन का सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स. सो नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, अबाउट 15,000 selected women self help groups will get this offer, they will get this benefit. They can have the drone and then they can give the drone on rent to others. For what purpose? For the purpose of putting fertilizer in the farm, spraying pesticide, etc. They can do that with the drone facility. So that is the Modi government ka drone facility scheme. Now what is the some technical thing to remember? The central government का financial assistance would be 80%, okay, of the drone का cost, and if there is any related charges for that, and maximum it will be up to only 8 lakh. Okay, so this scheme may maximum they will provide only up to 8 lakh, and 80% of the drone ka cost will also be given by the central government. So this is a very important update given by economic survey. ये भी आप थोड़ा देख लीजिएगा एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में. Okay, another important topic which the government has talked about is the context of sustainable agriculture. Now, because climate change is taking place, are we able to cultivate agriculture in a sustainable way so that in future the same land can be used for cultivation? यही सवाल है sustainable agriculture की बातें में, right? अभी गवर्नमेंट का ये इकोनॉमिक सर्वे क्या बोलता है? The Indian Council of Agricultural Research ने क्या किया? They constructed a composite index to estimate whether agriculture is sustainable in different states of India. समझ में आ गया? Now this index has been recently constructed. So if you look at it here, a composite index of agricultural sustainability was calculated by Indian Council of Agricultural Research, which has about 51 indicators related to environmental health, soil, water quality, etc., etc. Now, what is the average value of this index? It is 0.49. That means almost like close to half, 50% almost you can say, which means Indian agriculture is moderately sustainable. Means it is not a very highly sustainable practice what we are cultivating. Okay, that means there is an issue. Is our agriculture sustainable? Only 49% it is sustainable. That's how you can understand this 0.49. Now, which are the states have a sustainable agricultural practices? According to this report of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, states like Mizoram, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Manipur, West Bengal, Uttarakhand, they are having a better score than the national average, which is 0.49. Okay, so these are the states which have a better performance. So the economic survey given this interesting map also. This dark green color what you see like Mizoram and Manipur, okay, they have a dark green color. Also West Bengal here, Madhya Pradesh, okay, Kerala. These are the states which have a sustainable agricultural practices, whereas Assam, you see the color is fading. Fading means we are coming towards here, down part, not the upper part. We are coming to the lower part. Okay, it simply means Assam may our agriculture still needs to be improved for sustainability. Okay, so these are what we can say some of the key analysis from the economic survey of the latest one 2025 ka economic survey, right? For any further information or any further query, you can contact Bhadra IAS Academy at 8638391721. If you have any query, you want to get any information about the upcoming courses or anything, you can contact the academy. And we will be coming out with more videos on economic survey because it is not yet over. We will cover more topics. Okay, so till then you keep following our video and we will coming with more and more videos on economic survey. Thank you.